Hi everyone! Welcome to East West Seed Foundation's Urban Gardening Webinar Series. In this webinar series, we will teach you how you can grow your own healthy, nutritious food at home. My name is Joyce, and in today's episode, I will be sharing how to prepare soil before sowing the seeds. Before we go deeper into our discussion, first let's answer why soil is important. In 2015, United Nations through Food and Agriculture Organization or UNFAO gave spotlight on humanity's silent ally. They emphasized that healthy soil is the foundation for food, fuel, fiber, and even medicine. Soil is also essential to our ecosystem, playing a key role in the carbon cycle, storing and filtering water, and improving resilience to floods and droughts. Next time you ask the importance of soil, the answer is simple. It is where our food begins. In fact, 95% of our food comes from soil. There are many ways by which we can sow our seeds. For the sake of our discussion, we will be focusing on two ways. First is the container or cellular method, and second is the seedbed sowing. In container cellular method, it's best to choose the container to be used. It would be a lot more economical to use containers available in our home. Containers can be rolled leaf, eggshell, egg tray, toilet rolls, plastic cups, and seedling trays. When you grow seedlings in a container, you can ensure that sterilized growing media is being used, as you yourself will prepare the seedling medium. Seedlings are also healthy and disease-free. Since you grow in containers, you can make efficient use of seeds, as you can count how many seedlings do you need. In containers, you can expect uniform and vigorous plants, as every seedling receives the same kind of care. You can also reduce transplant shock, as it develops healthy root system. Thus, this will lead to a better field establishment. The illustration shown in this slide is the whole process one has to undergo should he or she decides to make his or her own soil mixture. The mixture should be loose but firm. Details on each step will be explained in the following slides. Step 1 is preparing the mixture. Part of preparing it is sieving the soil and other components to come up with fine particles. Now our mixture composition is ready. It's composed of 1 to 2 parts of soil. Take note, it's not just any soil. It should come from a clean area. 1 part of sand, or as an alternative to sand, you can have carbonized rice husk or cocoa coir. And last is 1 part of decomposed manure or compost. We are aiming for loose but firm sowing medium. Step 2 is mixing all the components, the soil, sand or husk, and the manure. Mix it well and dump it with water after mixing it. Step 3 is testing the moisture. You can do a moisture test by squeezing the mixture into a ball form. If the soil crumbles, it means it is too dry. Add some water, mix, and test again. If upon squeezing the soil, water runs out of your hand, it means there's too much water. Let the mixture dry first and test again. If the soil stays in shape, moist but not too wet, it's just right. A soil medium should have a balanced moisture. That is not too wet nor too dry before soil sterilization. Last step is sterilization and solarization. This is done to ensure that our medium is free from any soil-borne diseases that could hamper the growth of our seedlings. In the illustration, a wok has been used in sterilizing the seedling medium. You just have to stir it continuously. It is important not to allow it to dry, as chemical changes can occur in our soil mixture. 15 to 20 minutes under heat would ensure a disease-free seedling medium. The last slide in the soil preparation is a good alternative for those who don't have time to do the sterilization process. All you have to do is place the soil mixture in the black trash bag and expose it in full sunlight for at least 4 hours. And then, voila! We are ready to sow our seeds using our chosen method. Should we want to avoid all the steps mentioned, we could purchase commercially available mixture. Only this will add to your cost. Some of the commercially available soil mixes are peat moss, mixture of carbonized rice hull, and cocoa coir dust. Should we consider sowing in seedbed because we can afford a bigger area and we want to try a commercial production, we will give you some tips on how to prepare the soil. Select the nursery site with care. It should be free from adjoining trees to avoid shade, free of weeds which can be a source of insects, away from mature crops in order to avoid transfer of diseases from those to the young seedlings. Look for the highest spot in the farm to avoid waterlogging during rainy season. At the minimum, it should be sandy loam, similar to the sowing medium covered earlier. One important consideration in seedbed sowing is the type of soil. We can, however, do this through visual observation. In this slide, we intentionally use photos wherein you could easily distinguish the bad soil on the left from the good soil on the right. Ideal type of soil should have a good aeration, good water holding capacity, and is fertile, having nutrients to support plant growth. One important preparation in seedbed sowing is the sterilization through solarization. This is to prevent soil-borne diseases from pestering the seedlings. Start preparing the soil well ahead of the planned sowing date. Incorporate well-decomposed manure or other organic materials like rust hulls, cocoa pits, and others. This is to promote the water-holding capacity and aeration of the seedbed. The seedbed should have adequate nutrients. Shape raised beds which are approximately 10 to 15 cm high and are 80 to 100 cm wide. The bed should be completed by leveling, raking, and watering about 2 weeks before the seed is sown. Maintain a distance between the rows of approximately 8 to 10 cm. Use a wooden stick to imprint the rows in which the seeds will be sown. Cover the seeds gently with soil. Water the bed slightly after sowing. Make sure that the beds are well saturated at lower levels before sowing. Plant growth can be regulated by careful watering. Only give water when moisture is needed. Too frequent watering may promote dumping off, especially when temperature is high. During strong sunny weather, protect the beds by building a kind of shade over the bed. Preferably, use fine mesh nets. Mulching or putting the net can help to retain the moisture in the soil for better germination. After successful sowing, the seedling can be transplanted to a container or to prepared ground. Cucurbits or ampalaya and cucumber need 8 to 10 days before transplanting. Solanaceous plants such as tomato and eggplant need 21 to 28 days before transplanting. Thank you for joining us in this webinar series, and we hope that you learned a lot. For more guides in growing vegetable, you may visit growhow.eastwestseed.com. To learn more about East West Seed's vegetable varieties, please download CropWiki EWS app on Google Play or Apple App Store. Bye for now!